That's
go
one thing.
over,
The press release.
yeah, let's go over like what we're actually like talking about in case for anyone doesn't really know. Like just go through the instructions. So basically, like what? Okay, so if you haven't heard, Microsoft just bought. Was it today or was it like yesterday?
It was today.
Yeah,
There were rumors yesterday, but today.
Right. Okay. So Microsoft had just bought Activision Blizzard for $68 billion. Or 68 billion, 7 point, 70 billion.
Yeah, 68.7.
Yeah, 70 billion. And the last, how much was Bethesda for? Wasn't that 8 billion?
8 or 7.
Yeah. So this is like insane news.
That's
like when you sent me the message, when you linked that on WhatsApp, I was like, what stuff? Everybody, I think, who knows who Blizzard is and knows who Microsoft is, just knows the massive ramifications and also benefits to such a huge deal.
Even just running through this press right now, look, planned acquisition includes iconic franchises from Activision Blizzard and King Studios like Warcraft, Diablo, Overwatch, Call of Duty, and Candy Crush.
Candy Crush as well, which is just I didn't even know.
So
I didn't even know that was there.
Even mobile games,
But
Candy Crush is done by Activision.
No, it's done by King. Is it King something? I think it's because they didn't just get. I mean, Activision is Activision Blizzard and King, which King does the mobile stuff, as far as I'm aware. So that's all included within the thing.
The sale, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a quick summary of the story?
It's extraordinary turn of events. Microsoft's getting near to a deal to buy Activision Blizzard. This will not only be one of the most major shake-ups in the gaming industry in years, but could also finally signal the end for its horrendous CEO.
Oh wow!
Is he still? Wait, he's still in there,
He's basically still going to be in there until the deal's finished, and it's not actually completely clear that he's even going to be removed. But based on what is out there,
I think they said that they will.
They said that they definitely will. There's a package for him.
Yeah, 250 million.
Yep.
For him to leave.
But he was paid more. But I thought it was 400 million.
Regardless, he's being paid a hefty sum to leave. It's not like he's,
250.
Okay.
I mean,
his reputation is tarnished. But bro,
the thing is, his reputation. You put it this way, his reputation might be tarnished, but he made Activision a lot of money. Like so much so that they did not get rid of him. Like through all of this nonsense that's been happening, they kept him there. He made them so much money, even though it's been to the detriment of gaming. Like as a whole, it's been to the detriment of gaming. But boy, like this whole like deal. Like the ramifications are crazy, but I guess we'll get onto that.
Yeah,
anyway.
I mean, for those who don't really know the main story, right? Activision is in a bit of trouble lately. Kind of summarizes it here. Says Activision has been going through a tumultuous time after widespread issues of sexual harassment and trauma revealed within the enormous company. Sued by the state of California following enormous exposure of the workplace culture, people have been calling for Kotick's resignation and widespread change at the company. But as it seems like Microsoft is still keeping one at least. Yeah, for the short to midterm future. So
there's because there was stuff that was going on with like them. They were basically trying to silence their staff as well through part. I know this isn't about we're not going to go into massive detail about that stuff. All that stuff we've done already in a different video. But like there is so much that was just going wrong at that company. It just became like very. This is something that also when I was watching some Twitch streamers about this today, something that one of them said, which was very important. It was Taliesin and Everto, and he goes like, it's still being bought out by another corporation. We don't really know what that corporation is going to do with this massive amount of resources. We can only make like capitalistic thoughts about like opinions about what might happen. They won't. It's unlikely that they will kill off any of the IPs. It's very unlikely because the IPs have so much money attached to them. If they're not going to do that, they're going to have to keep the resources that are maintaining any of those. Although we do know that Overwatch maintenance gone into maintenance mode because of Overwatch 2. While they're not doing anything new for Overwatch, so it basically like killed the game almost. And Overwatch 2 doesn't look so different to Overwatch 1 that almost feels like a big patch that they've hacked on a price tag onto. People aren't happy about.
And Yeah, and Overwatch 2 also has been delayed many times. I think they've even recently put out a really long delay on it.
Yeah, like
So
indefinite
I
almost.
can't lie. I don't mind. I don't mind delays if the game's going to come out well.
Yeah, that's the thing though.
Because there's no point. But obviously there's a balance. You don't want like Kingdom Hearts 3 level of delays in your game, like 10 years. But
that's not even good.
if it means that the game is actually going to come correct and they don't rush it through like they did with Cyberpunk or anything, even though it's like a lot of money you're wasting through marketing and stuff like that, you have to do over and over again if you keep delaying the game and pushing it forward. But I don't know, man. There has to be a bit of a balance when it comes to that.
Yeah, because there might be some. Because basically, the thing that people, I guess, are excited about is that because Microsoft have like a well of money, to basically Scrooge McDuck at the moment. It's like trillions of.
They're just throwing money at
They can just, it's like the hope is that they will invest into the development of these games that have gone on hiatus or pause or whatever. Like in my opinion, some people in the chat were saying stuff like, "Oh, WoW is going to come on Xbox," and it's like, nah.
no, it will probably stay.
I mean, it could have if it really.
What will probably happen is that it will get folded into their Game Pass model. So if you have Game Pass, then you can play WoW. You can play WoW.
Yeah.
The thing is, it just seems like as good as optimistic as we can be. Like, I don't see them making a StarCraft 3 or there's a lot of things I personally feel like they're just going to go on with the way that they've been going on now, because essentially this company Activision is self-sustainable. Like, they can just keep on churning out Call of Duties and whatever. It might be a bit different now, depending on what Microsoft decide to do, because they might just decide to go with the option of, okay, we're going to make Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox or to Game Pass, and which is what they probably will do. I think that's what they did with
it's
Bethesda.
the logical thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, they'll just make it exclusive to Xbox, or they'll make it exclusive to anything that has Game Pass on it, which will kind of force Sony and Nintendo to add Game Pass to their consoles. But I mean, it's mad.
Yeah. There's a chance they.
I don't know what they're gonna do with the IPs though.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm more curious about what they're gonna do with the IPs, because they lost a lot of talent as well, Blizzard, during all this time. Do those people? Well, you already have new jobs, but is it possible that some of those people may get rehired? Don't know.
I don't
think so.
The thing is, you also kind of want to think what the devs are thinking about this acquisition as well, in regards to what do they think about the consolidation of all of these companies. In my opinion, I always think it's always better to be independent than be working, and I think that's how most of them feel, unless they're going through like some form of financial trouble where they can't actually fund the games that they want to make. I think generally they want to stay independent, because you don't have obviously the pressures of everyone else telling you have to have this type of game, or this game needs to, like, you won't have that pressure. And like so me saying that, I basically say all that to say I can't see a lot of, like, those people who originally left Blizzard. I don't really see them going back. They're already at new companies now anyway.
I mean, the question is, what's changed? Will there be a significant change to? Microsoft has bought Activision now, but will there be a significant change to the workplace culture and most of the? I mean, the reasons why people left in the first place.
No, they will have to be. It depends. Again, it depends on what they're going to do, but I think that they will have to be a significant change back. Well, upstairs or whatever they call it. They'd have to be a significant change. There's right now the workplace culture of the sexual harassment stuff. Their staff were going on strike just recently. They were doing walkouts. All of this was happening. So they have to have a change, and Microsoft will probably change them. My issue with Microsoft is that they have poor studio management themselves in regards to not necessarily bad workplace environment, but how they manage their games. Like, you look at Halo Infinite that just came out. There was like a report that got released showed how badly 343 was actually being run behind the scenes. And it's not that Microsoft weren't. Obviously, Microsoft are the overlords, I guess, and they are they're a studio that will run themselves. But like most of their people that they hired were like contractors, and they didn't hire them for very long. So it was like a revolving door of people coming in and out,
high turnover,
and it wasn't very conducive for what they were trying to do. So that's why it took them so long for Halo Infinite to actually release. And so that's what that's my concern is is like, okay, cool. There's going to be a workplace change, but it's going to be, Activision already like rock bottom anyway in regards to workplace culture. So it's going to be better than that, but how much further does it go?
Will it be significant? I don't know. I mean, I'm not really. Yeah, I mean, obviously, in terms of the reputation, Microsoft has a significantly better reputation than Activision. I mean, most developers do at this point, but it's more. I think people are more thinking about the opportunities to bring back, IPs that have been kind of left on the wayside, or the opportunity for Xbox exclusives and how they can kind of bring in things like WoW or COD and things. That's what people are most excited for. I don't really think people care that much for the change in workplace culture, because that's just a given.
Yeah, I kind of semi-agree with that, I guess, because the people outside of that, their main thought is, oh, wow, like I get to be able to do all these things on my the greatest console ever, whatever, like Xbox, whatever. I get it, my good shit on Xbox now. Fuck you, PS4 people. But like I feel like the majority of people are probably thinking that, and because like you said, like it's one good point you said about the workplace culture and stuff, because sorry, not workplace culture, sorry, the when a company buys your company as member of staff in the company that's just been bought, you don't know what's going to happen when they get acquired. Like, are they going to integrate you into a different team? Are you going to stay doing what you're doing? Are you going to become a redundant, which is the biggest ones? I feel like it would be really weird for them to make a bunch of layoffs. It wouldn't make any sense. So no, because I
don't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. They need the talent.
No.
It'll make no sense for them to lay off people. But for them, I guess the workplace culture is also like one of the biggest things. Seeing that guy go, Bobby Kotick go, will be like a breath of fresh air.
Well, I don't think, but it's not happening. I don't think. I'm even.
No, he's going to
go, but not anytime soon. It's like next year. If
he's going, but next year is when the acquisition is complete. Yeah. It's complete. They're planning for it to be completed in 2023 June. So it's nowhere like it's like a year and a half left of everything. So yeah, I guess we'll see. But I'm just thinking about the ramifications, what it means for everyone else.